Welcome back. It's episode 5 here on the Terra SMP server, and we're here in the shopping district getting the next episode started with another shop. First, I want to come check just to see if we've got any elytras sold. I'm not sure that we have anything extra sold. It's only been a day or so since I was last here. Nope, nothing yet. But I want to go ahead and force myself to build that shulker shell shop, the shulker shop. And I think the best way to force myself to do that is to put another store in. So if I look around here, I feel like it's going to be kind of big. Maybe not quite that size, but definitely maybe a 16 by 16, maybe a 20 by 20. And this is a nice little square here. Got kind of the color palette for the body of the shulker shell. You can kind of see here the little diagonals here. Got the magenta. I think this color is magenta. I believe this color is purple. I don't know if I have all the shading here. Let's see. But no, some bits and bobs for the inside. I saw a video at some point, and I'm kind of modeling off a video I saw of someone else that had a shulker shop. I can't remember what video it was, but it's gonna look pretty decent, I think. So I'd like to go ahead and get started, and then see kind of where it goes. We definitely are gonna build that shulker farm, though. Definitely gonna build that. So let's get started with this. I went ahead and decided this is where it's gonna go. I couldn't quite fit the 16 wide in this area with this little ramp down here, and I didn't want to go ahead and change all the pathing. So 16 by 16. This is what it's gonna be. That'll be a nice, good fit. Again, I'm going off a photo I saw on the internet, so let's just get going. This is where we're at so far. I feel like it's coming along pretty well. But what I've noticed is I'm going to need lighting. I put just a little light source in here because this guy's all closed up. But I feel like I'm going to need some lighting in here at some point. So let's figure out where we want to put all of our chests and how we're going to light up the inside of this, so even up here just isn't a big mob trap. I've got these purple pillars and endstone bricks, and I think it'd be cool if we do an interior just like that. Are these directional? Oh, those are directional. I want those to be upright. There we go. So we've got nope, I did it wrong again. We've got a nice little walkway here coming in. I've also got a bunch of stairs. You know what? I don't have any of those purple stairs. I really wanted some because I thought it'd be cool to make like a little shelf like this, and I can put lights in here. And I can use maybe some of this white concrete in the background, just like this. And then I have these end rods like this. That'll put a lot of light in here. All right. I really did want to get some purple stairs here to kind of do the contrast. I don't know how this will look. Let's try it. Maybe it's just a little too much. I feel like that's a little too symmetrical. If I can make some purple stairs here, I think that would make a world of a difference. So let me go see if I can find some of those. I might have to go to the end to get some more purple. That would sting. I think it'll make it look a lot better. Here is the final product. So I want to put, is this an empty one? Yeah. I'll fill these with shulker boxes. And each one of these shulker boxes, so I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll have 18 in here. And these will all be full of shulker shells. Well, that's a lot. That's 9 double chests. Okay, maybe not completely full. But I'll have some shulker boxes here that have the empty shells on the inside. And I could probably, these are stairs. I might be able to put some chests here. Maybe I sell the actual built shulker box. I think that's the way to go. We'll probably do 2 diamonds for each one. And that 2 diamonds would be the cost of my logs and the shulker shells. Now, crafting isn't really a concern because we're going to build that factory that has the automatic crafters. So we're going to just have shulkers upon shulkers upon shulkers all created. I might even put that just right down here below that. That would be pretty cool. So I could just always have like 3 double chests worth of shulker boxes just sitting right here below me at any given time. I can just open it up, pull it out, and restock. So I think that'll be good. I got my ender chest in here for payments, and that's it. Other than the rain, I think this is a pretty cool site. This is my first time building one of these, but it sure does look like a shulker shell or a shulker box. So this is great. Now we got to build the farm. I'm flying back to one of these small end cities that I passed a while back, and I love the Bobby mod. Look how far I can see. Oh, that's the wrong one. It just loads all the chunks you've previously been in. They're not actively loaded because the server only does 10 chunks, but I can just see so far. And whenever I get close, if the chunk has been altered in any way, then obviously it'll pop back up. But this is so great. It just helps you find stuff well ahead of time. So I'm going to go into this little guy, as long as he's got two in the front door. And then I've got a really cool method here. You don't need any, yeah, see, there's two guys right there. You don't need any potions. You don't need any of that stuff if you just do this the right way. So let me sneak in here like this. Oops. Go like this. There we go. Now, they can't see me, but we're going to be able to get these guys out of here. So let me just set it up real quick, and I'll show you how we get this done. So the key with getting the shulkers and making sure you can do this without having to get invisible potions and clearing out all your armor and potentially getting yourself set up for failure is we want to get the two that we need for the farm to start. There's another one out here, which once I get far enough away, he's not even going to bother me. And then I've got a backup. But these guys, I want to just put them in these little glass boxes. And once they're in there, I'll break this and cover them up with glass. And then I can get them out just by clicking this button. And then they're going to shoot out. So I can store them now, safely build the entire shulker farm, and then load the shulker farm with these two guys first. So I need 2 minecarts for these. 1, 2. Perfect. So if I just take this, there we go. Pop that guy in there. That's 1. And I'm going to take this glass and cover it up. Well, I guess he's not all the way back, but you know what? That's not a problem. I'll leave it like that so he can't even accidentally slide out. And you know what? I'll probably just go ahead and cover this up for now. I'll remove this once I need to move him. But now this guy, unless I'm here, he can see me just if I'm crouching down. If the eye, look, see if the eyes do it. But he can't really see me. So let's take care of the second guy. And minecart. And minecart. Ah, he got me. He got me. There we go. That's it. So now we have to build the farm. I want to put the farm somewhere right here. I don't want to have to go too far away. I want to go far enough away so that these guys don't bother me. Is there anything up here? Yeah, see. Oh, good. There's plenty in here if I need more later. That's the thing. Those are hard to get. Those were the ones I just got were incredibly easy to get. I need to be at least 8 blocks above the ground. Maybe I'll clear out a few of these guys and just start at the bottom of it. I don't know, somewhere right here. It doesn't have to be crazy high in the sky. They just can't teleport down to the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything up, and then we'll catch up on the next step. I've decided to put the center of the farm right about here. Not too far away from this. It's certainly more than 8 blocks up from the ground, even from the highest spot. And this spot is going to be easily accessible by building up a little dirt pillar and getting these guys up here with the minecarts. I'm following a tutorial by, what is that, Baelite and the Archivists. I found it on YouTube. It's a pretty straightforward tutorial, pretty easy to follow. You just need to stay on top of it, make sure everything's placed in the right spots. It certainly looks like if you put something here in the wrong spot, it's going to mess it up, and it is directional. Now, they're building it in the overworld, but I've built this before here in the end, and I found that it's just so much easier doing it here because then I don't have to get these guys all the way to a portal, all the way into the overworld, and then all the way over to my base. I can just build it right here in the end, making it super easy. I'm at the part now where I need to get the snow golems in, and I'll be honest, I usually make a mess of this, and it's usually, you always see the good parts, right? I do the time lapses, and you get to see how everything's just built super fast, but you don't get to see all the cuts. So we're gonna do this together. I think if I just go like this and like this should just, I should be able to. There you go. I put these here so that when I build this, go like this, like this. I think you can put up to 21 of these guys in here, but having just 10 is enough to get really good rates, and it's not linear, meaning it's not like the more I put in here, the faster the farm's going to be. So having 10 is by far easier, and I guess I could put more in, but I've done 10 in the past, and this sucker puts out just a ton of shulker shells. So how many is that? Well, I could have just brought some more pumpkins. It looks like I brought double the snow that I needed. Well, that's right. So there you go. Those are those 10 in there. And that's probably one of the harder parts. The rest of the farm is real easy. It's just a couple of layers. So we'll catch back up when it's time to transport these guys, because I'd like to show you how easy it is if you just follow the being prepared, I guess is what it is. As long as you're prepared, the whole thing is super easy. We've got the farm built. We've got everything in place. I even started the clock on the inside, which is right here. So the last thing we need to do is just get the shulker in here. I went ahead and built this scaffolding out of stone, and then this last part, crucially, is a non-spawnable, or not spawnable, but transferable. They can't transfer to these blocks because they're not full on the side, and it's not a full block. And there are rails here, so it can't go anywhere. And then I've got this activator rail right here. So when it comes over, it should hit the activator rail, tilt out, and then flip over here. And the way this is designed is if they land on top of this, this is too close so they can't open, so they teleport up, and they keep teleporting up, and he should sit somewhere up here. So I'm going to put this guy through it, and we'll just follow him with the free cam. So I'm going to hit that, free cam it. Let's see what happens. He goes up, he comes over, and there we go. He popped right in the system. So he should be... Where's he at? He should be somewhere... I don't know. I don't know where he went. There he... Okay, he's right here. He's right here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to open up this trapdoor, and these snow golems are going to start shooting at him, and he'll shoot, but he can't shoot down there, and it's going to just pop in and hit himself. And hopefully he duplicates. And if he duplicates, because this spot is full, the next one's going to shoot up to the top. So let's run up there and try that real quick. But as you noticed, I didn't have to do anything with my armor. I didn't have to use any sort of invis potion. I probably could have healed that guy. It's always good to heal him beforehand, but he didn't go anywhere. From the get-go, he just went from the glass right into a holding chamber. So I know he's nice and full health. So I'm going to do this and then run over to this little chamber, and then let's see if we can figure out what happens. So he can see me, so he's going to shoot as well. And these guys, there we go. They should be shooting. There you go. He's hitting himself, and hopefully we see a duplication. The worst thing that can happen is he dies, but then I've got the backup guys downstairs. One guy already in a minecart. Come on. There we go. They've been duplicating. So now, what'll happen is, if the guy down here ends up dying, because he will, this guy, then as these duplicate, one will jump down and take that spot. Right there. One will jump down and take that spot. So now, we should start seeing these guys drop their goods. See, these guys up here are going to be shooting around, and they're going to start dying. And then they're going to drop their shells into these hoppers, which are going to put it into this dropper. Hopefully I did all this right. I believe I did. Yep, that'll be a clock. The shulker shells are finally starting to come in. What I didn't realize at first was these spots that you see up here, these guys right here, they had to get to entity cramming. So there must be 24 on each side, and that's when they actually start dying and dropping them. I wonder if you can see them here. There you go. There's some right here. And those are going to drop straight down into this waterway. They might hit this guy, but then they'll drop into the waterway, and they'll flush right over here to this hopper. And we stood... Oh! That guy shouldn't be there. He might have gotten there when I was taking down this platform. What I'm going to do is I'm going to AFK for a little bit and just see what we get out of it. We've got a couple AFK sessions done, and oh boy. This is amazing. Probably another hour and a half, and I probably could have filled that up. The hoppers are full. This is great. I think that overall this has definitely been a pretty big success. This farm, incredibly easy to build, and I probably couldn't have done it myself. You know, I like to do farms myself. I like to make my own farms, but this one's a little complicated. It was directional. You had to have stuff facing south, and honestly, it worked really well. Let me go ahead and just take a bunch of these. Let me make a couple of shulker boxes. I'll fill them up. Let's go back and stock the shop. We're making just a quick pit stop to mine a bunch of obsidian. I've already started hollowing out one of these big pillars in the end, but I had some requests for ender chests. Just a quick pit stop here. Get, I don't know, 8 stacks or so. That would make 64 ender chests. I could set up an obsidian farm with the end portal, but I don't want to obstruct that landing pad over over there, wherever it is. Ooh. I don't want to obstruct that landing pad and do an obsidian farm. So I think what we'll do is we have a gold farm planned for the future. Ooh, look at you trying to sneak in. We've got the gold farm planned for the future, and I can get obsidian that way. So for now, yeah, I'll take the 8 stacks or so that I have. I just need to go get a little bit of blaze powder, and we'll be good to go. So let me go do that, and then we need to go back and stock the shop. So this is what the final shop looks like. You walk in, we've got 2 diamonds per shulker. Got nice and full boxes here. 2 diamonds per shulker and 2 diamonds per shulker. At the moment, I went ahead and just filled this up with ender chests. I've got more as backup as these sell. I'm doing 4 diamonds each. I'll eventually have them down for 2. What is this? I'll eventually have them down to 2 once I get the gold farm up and running. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this. I think we're going to get quite a few sales out of these. And I have backups, plenty of backups. You know, as you know, I went ahead and I've got all of these. I took 2 extra shulkers from there, which is only one of those double chests. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I really appreciate you guys being here and following me along on this journey. I'm really excited about this build. You know, it's something that, like I said, I've never done before. And if I can find where I saw this, I'll make sure I credit it in the description down below. But I think this is really cool. It has everything that I wanted. We had the progression throughout this. I was going to put the shulker boxes filled with the shulker shells, but I really like the idea of selling the full shulker boxes. And then adding in the ender chests was a great idea. They fit in well. It's end related. No one else is selling them right now, and I know people want them. So this has been really cool. I appreciate you guys being here. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe. Hit me with that like, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.